Hello and welcome to the homework walkthrough video for multiplying integers, lesson 5.02a, independent practice. Let's share that screen. First, see how many questions there are. 6, we can do this. We can do this. Question 1, multiply the integers. 12 times -3. Now, your numbers will be different, slightly different, but they'll be kind of similar, right? I think you'll have a positive and a negative number, a different positive and a different negative, but you can copy the process for this question and all the questions. You can use the same process, but just with your numbers instead of my numbers. Okay. 12 times -3. So the multiplying stays the same. So I know that the multiplying stays the same. So it's the same as if I did 12 times 3, but is the answer positive or is it negative? I know 12 times 3 is 36, right? And this question has one negative in it, so my answer is going to be negative. When there's one negative in the problem, the answer will be negative. Now let's test this out on the calculator. 12 times -3. Oh, -36. When there's a negative in the question, the answer is negative. Multiply. Let's check it. Yeah, correct. Question 2, multiply the integers. -29 times 45. Now, definitely going to do this on the calculator instead of in my head. I know 29 times 45 is 1,305. 1,305. And there is one negative in the question, so there's going to be one negative in the answer. Let's test that with the calculator. -29 times +45, -1,305. Nice, we multiplied these integers. Question 3, multiply the integers. When you have something right next to something else in math, most of the time it means we're multiplying. So parentheses right next to another parentheses, that's another way to say multiply. Also, the word multiply is kind of a big clue that we're going to multiply these numbers. So I'm going to try typing this in my calculator. -69, make it negative, times 44 is -3,000. And what was it, 36? You can definitely do this by hand, but you are allowed to use a calculator. So saith the state of Florida. That's not a Mr. Burcham rule. There's one negative in the question, so the answer will be negative. Correct. Question 4, multiply the integers. 59 times -13. I know my answer is going to be negative because there's one negative in the question. There's not two negatives, there's only one negative. 59 times -13, negative, oh, look at that. I was right. If there's one negative in the question, the answer will be negative. -767, 767. Question 5, multiply the integers. -16 times -2. Okay. There is not one negative in this question. There are two negatives in this question. A negative and another negative will make the answer positive. A negative number times a negative number will make the answer positive. Because when you multiply by a negative, So like when the second number is negative, or if the first number is negative, when you're multiplying by a negative, it like does the opposite of the other number, is one way to think about it. So if your first number is negative and the second number is negative, oh, you're doing the opposite of the first number, so positive. You could also think of it as making a pair, like those two negatives pair up to make a positive. So your answer is going to be positive. And we can prove it with our calculator. Negative 16 times negative 2 is a positive number. Just to quickly show with a bunch of other random numbers, negative 8 times negative 3. Oh, negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times a negative is a positive. So when you have two negatives and you times them together, the multiplication part is exactly the same as if they were just normal numbers. And our answer will be a positive number. Let's check. Yeah, question 6. So how many negatives do I have? I have two negatives, a negative times a negative. So my answer will be a positive number. Now let's use this calculator to see what positive number negative 43 times negative 75 makes. Negative 75, 3225. A negative times a negative is a positive. Let's check. Hey! All right, if you need more help with this homework, please send me a Canvas message. I would love to help you. Good luck. Bye.